Well, as states begin to lift lockdown orders, testing and the ability to conduct contact tracing are being highlighted as key to reopening the economy. PricewaterhouseCoopers launched a contact tracing app this week that it plans to use in its own firm as they begin to reopen offices. I do now want to bring in PwC Partner Mitch Roschelle to talk more about that app. Hi, Mitch. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Greta. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
Good. Well, we do want to start off talking about that app. So tell me a little bit more about it and how it works and how you guys will be using it at your firm.
Well, one of the challenges we had when this all started was if we had an individual in our office who had tested positive, the process by which you would figure out who they came in contact with was very laborious and very manual. So we actually had some technology that we had used for another purpose, and it was very quick to repurpose it and create an automatic contact tracing tool that's basically on your phone, and it lets you know when somebody's been in contact with somebody else, and it's completely anonymous, and it's really a much better, more efficient solution. So you don't have to close down the entire office when one person was infected and they were only in contact with 5 other people.
The question of privacy has been highlighted by many people when we are discussing the ability to perform contact tracing. How does your company plan to protect employee privacy? You mentioned that it's anonymous, but what are the assurances that are in place to be ensured that we are protecting privacy when using something like this?
Yeah, some of the other solutions that are out there are sort of what I'll call outside the building solutions. So the tool that we have that we're sharing in marketing to clients in the marketplace right now actually allows you just to trace the movement of people inside the building. So the only person that would know that someone was affected would be sort of the HR professionals. So the way it would work is an employee would notify HR that they were in fact infected, and then going into the tool, we could find out going back 14 days how many people, where and when they were in contact with that individual, and then notify those individuals that they were in contact without ever identifying who the affected patient was.
How will this app help to keep people safe and provide some peace of mind to businesses as they look to begin these efforts to reopen?
I think contact tracing is the biggest challenge of businesses for the reason I stated at the top, which is you don't want to bring everybody back to work or bring people back slowly to find out that you have to shut down again because someone was found to have COVID-19 and you didn't know who they were in contact with. So it's the ease of use of the tool. And the way it works, Greta, is it works off of Bluetooth technology and other beacons that are already ambient in the workplace. And it creates an actual sort of footprint of where people were when and stores all that data. So you actually know who they came into contact with. And that's the real challenge here. You just don't know what happens if you open up and someone was affected and they were in contact with somebody else. And many of the businesses that want to open up are people-to-people businesses. So this is a huge issue for businesses right now.
You mentioned how this currently can only be used within the workplace. Has PwC done any research to see how this could be expanded to be used in a broader basis by, companies to see how they're coming into contact with customers and things like that? Say a restaurant, if a customer came in and had COVID-19, if we would be able to get to a point where we could track that kind of contact.
Yeah, it's a great question. What we're doing is we're focusing on the workplace only because there's enough demand for people-to-people contact challenges and tracing that contact in the workplace. And you have less privacy issues if you limit it to your own universe. What could happen, though, is for businesses that do have a lot of repeat customers, what you could do is you could assign, put that app on the phone of the customer so that they come into place. But it's more for an office setting than it would be for let's say, a restaurant. But one of the use cases that I think is going to become very relevant are colleges and universities as they try to figure out how to track contact between individuals. So we're rolling it out now, and I think you'll find more and more use cases out there, but it was designed for a workplace environment as a start.
All right, Mitch Roschelle joining us to talk about his company, PricewaterhouseCoopers' new contact tracing app. If you'd like to learn some more, you can always visit pwc.com and click on the products page. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.